Thank you to Mr. Mylock and the West High Orchestra, as well as to Mr. Stegeman and the West High Band for performing Pomp and Circumstance. At this time, we'll have our national anthem performed by the West High Band, Orchestra, and Choir. Then please remain standing for the singing of our alma mater song, Here Is to Fort Zumwalt West. Please be seated. Welcome, family and friends, to this wonderful event. I cannot think of a better way to spend an evening than with you and the graduating class of Fort Zumwalt West 2026. Graduates, I speak for everyone in attendance this evening when I say that we are all so excited to celebrate you. It is my pleasure to introduce our stage guests who are joining us this evening. Guests, please stand when I call your name and remain standing as I introduce all of you. Dr. Henry St. Pierre, Superintendent of Schools. Miss Erica Powers, President of the Board of Education. Mr. Gabriel Helms, Vice President of the Board of Education. Ms. Catherine Bird, Member of the Board of Education. And Dr. Jeff Marion, Member of the Board of Education. Each of these individuals works very hard supporting not only West High students, but students across the Fort Zumwalt School District. How about one last round of applause for our honored guest? Please be seated. I would also like to introduce two government officials who are with us this evening. Missouri Representative Dave Hinman from District 103, and the Mayor of O'Fallon, Mr. Bill Hennessy. Thank you both for joining us this evening, and thank you for all you do to support Fort Zumwalt School District students. I would also like to thank the following four juniors for their assistance in our graduation ceremony this evening. Tyler Reffy and Quentin Hicks escorted our students into our ceremony, and Callie Machalka and Avery Bowman, who will assist our board members with diplomas on stage. Last but certainly not least, I would like for the Fort Zumwalt West teachers, counselors, and administrators who are with us this evening to please stand and be recognized. Thank you for joining us to celebrate the Westside graduating class of 2026. Traditionally, the Fort Zumwalt School District has chosen Memorial Day weekend to host our graduations. Memorial Day, observed on the last Monday in May, is our nation's day to honor those who lost their lives while defending our country. It is because of that sacrifice that we are able to be here today in the greatest country in the world to celebrate our graduates on this glorious day. I would like to take a minute to recognize Fort Zumwalt West graduates who will be serving in the armed forces upon their graduation. Please stand and remain standing when I call your name. Braden Cash, U.S. Army. McCoy Mailer, U.S. Army. Jacob Canterbury, U.S. Marines. Kane Nunn, U.S. Marines. Jacob Oscar, U.S. Marines. John Berkemeyer, U.S. National Guard. Zane Repke, U.S. National Guard. I would also like to ask those in the audience who have served or are currently serving to please stand and be recognized. Please be seated, and thank you for your service. Our first student speaker this evening will be Miss Brianna Hunter. Bree's parents are Jeff and Amy Hunter. Bree will be attending Kansas State University, where she will be studying architecture. Come on up, Bree.
Good evening, everyone. For those who don't know me, my name is Bree Hunter, and for those who do know me, well, you're probably wondering why they trusted me with a microphone. Regardless, I'm very grateful to have the opportunity to stand up here tonight. I've been informed that skipping the thank yous would be rude, and after 12 years of being reminded about good manners, I figured I should probably listen this time. While today is about the graduates, none of us walked this stage alone. I want to thank our administrators, who somehow always knew where we were supposed to be when we would get caught leaving class early. But seriously, you guys keep everything running smoothly. I want to thank the teachers for taking the time to build personal connections with each and every one of us here, but a special thanks to the ones who made sure we turned in our assignments before 11:59 p.m. Thank you to the graduating class for the past 4 years of friendships and endless memories. You guys always made sure to show up and show out. And finally, a huge thank you to our parents for your endless patience and support. You showed up to games, concerts, performances, events, no matter how long they took. And a special shout out to the parents who believed us when we said we'd do it later. But in all seriousness, we would not be up here today without the support of the whole FCW community. So before we move on to what comes next, it's worth taking a moment to look back. Before tonight ends, we'll hear our names called as we walk across the stage and officially close the chapter that is high school. And before we throw our caps for one last picture together, I want everyone to take a second to think about everything we've experienced together these past couple years. The long days, Friday night lights, unexpected friendships, the laughter, learning to survive on little to no sleep. Oscar Wilde said it best that memory is the diary that we all carry about with us. And when this is over, it won't be homework and schedules we take with us. It will be reflections of our best moments. They say your brain remains active for 7 minutes after death, replaying a highlight reel of one's best memories. One day, your life will play back in moments, not money, not trophies, not titles, just memories. So the real question isn't what will you achieve, It's what will you remember? Graduation teaches us this. When we stop watching life go by in front of our eyes and start writing it through small, intentional decisions, we create a story worth replaying. Let me take you back to some moments many of us should recall. It's freshman year, 7:18 a.m. You walk into school like any other day, only right as you're walking into first hour, the lights go out. Complete darkness. Not only is the power out, but so is the Wi-Fi. Teachers are scrambling, students are clueless, and administrators can't get anything to come back on. Then finally, after what seemed like forever, we were sent home. And at first, sitting there just felt like a waste of time, but looking back, it taught me something more important. Sometimes the unplanned moments are the ones that become the most memorable. I realized how much of our lives we spent rushing from place to place. Bells have told us where to be, teachers have told us what was due, and calendars have told us where to be, without ever being fully present. That morning, we had to slow down, connect, and appreciate our time together. It showed me that memories aren't made when the day is perfect. They're often made from the unexpected. Another memorable moment that deserves a spot on our highlight reel happened junior year during first semester finals, or as I like to call it, the best Christmas break ever. Picture this. It's finals week, you're stressed, running on little to no sleep because you've been up all night studying. Thankfully, Mother Nature decided to pay a visit and snow us in just long enough for finals to get canceled. I remember feeling so relieved that I no longer had to spend hours upon hours in my bedroom preparing for my exams. Instead, me and my friends were able to get together and enjoy some extra quality time with one another. In these moments, it doesn't feel like a life-defining event. It feels small, quiet, easy to just move on and forget about. What I remembered most from the situation wasn't the canceled tests, but what replaced them. My friends and I were given the opportunity to show up for each other, spend time together, laugh more, and live a little. Those are memories no grade will ever be able to compete with. It is because of moments like these that I've started paying more attention to how I spend my time. Instead of always rushing through my assignments to get them done before they're even due, I've started to be more present. Whether that's taking a break to go hang out with my friends or appreciating the smaller things life gives us. For me, it's a sunset, windows down, music blasting, and a warm night to waste. I no longer measure success only by number grades, trophies, or accomplishments. My new mindset is being successful in life is making the small choice every day to do something you love and will actually want to remember. These are the memories that last far beyond just our high school years. The truth is, nobody in here remembers every test grade they've ever got, every assignment turned in, or every overwhelming busy day of life. What we do remember is racing out to recess to be the first ones on the swing, because let's face it, if you weren't swinging the highest, you were losing the race. And the friendships that turned into weekend sleepovers around a bonfire at the lake. I don't know everyone in here's secret to happiness, but I can tell you I sure had a lot more fun when I stopped being an audience member of my own life and started choosing experiences over expectations. So, class of 2026, as we leave here today, I challenge you to live in the moment instead of just passing through it. Don't scroll through life, capture it. Today isn't just about graduating, it's about deciding what memories you want to make next. A.A. Milnes once said, "We didn't realize we were making memories, we just knew we were having fun." So take that small step, put that phone down for 5 minutes, say yes to those plans you almost canceled, and go make a life worth living. If those last 7 minutes really are our best memories, I hope mine are full of moments I actually showed up for. Thank you.
You did a great job. All right. At this time, our choir, under the direction of Mr. Patrick Dell, will be performing a selection titled "In Meeting We Are Blessed," written by Troy Robertson.
We are met together, and in meeting we are blessed. Peace in coming and in going, peace in labor and in rest. We are met together. Hold on to me.
At this time, we will now have our second student speaker, Mr. Luke Zwilling. You can clap, that's all right. Good job, Luke. Luke's parents are Gabriel and Elizabeth Zwilling. Luke will be attending St. Charles Community College to earn an associate's degree in art. Go, sir. Good luck.
Good evening to the family, staff, friends, but primarily my fellow students of the Fort Zumwalt West High School class of 2026. My name is Luke Zwilling. You may not know me, but I will be the very last one to walk the stage tonight. But that doesn't change the fact that whether it comes from a niche indie movie or a popular TikTok, or even the Bible, most people have a line or quote that helps remind them who they are when times get hard. For me, it's actually this 150-year-old poem that I found earlier last year for a theater project. That poem is called Invictus, written by William Ernest Henley. It goes like this. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how strait the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate, I am the captain of my soul. Now that poem was written in 1875, but it doesn't sound that old to me. It sounds honest and confident. But it's not about being perfect. It's about staying upright when life constantly tries to knock you down. And I think that's what graduation really means to me. It's not really about ending. It's actually all about beginning this chaotic transition into a phase of life where you're forced to learn how to keep moving when things just don't go as planned. And I'd like to go over 3 lessons I want to challenge you, my peers, to think about after today as you move on and forward in your life. Lesson 1, every obstacle is worth trying to overcome. You see, Henley wasn't talking about just one person in his poem. He wasn't talking about himself, not his friend. He was talking about humankind altogether when the odds stacked up on us. If we take history just since the publication of Invictus, it can be looked at as just one long obstacle course. We've had world wars, the Great Depression, Cold War, Vietnam War, Korean War, War on Terror. Don't you wish we could just stop with all this conflict? I know I do, but, well, here's the thing. Even with everything happening around us, we stood our ground as people so we could experience the potential ups in our then future. Since 1875, we've also discovered and revolutionized electricity, made the telephone, commercial flight, medical breakthroughs, higher life expectancy, and we've even reduced poverty all around the world. We've cured diseases, crossed oceans, touched space, and completely changed how humans live. And most importantly, we get the modern things like PS5s, air fryer, and AirPods. Now, all jokes aside, our generation didn't just watch history. We lived through it. And for most of us, that started way earlier than anyone could have expected. And that brings me to my second lesson. Lesson 2. We are a resilient class and have stuck it out through many challenges at our young age. Being involved in both sports and fine arts at this school, I like to think I've seen a lot of sides and personalities of the students here. And it's true. We really are a persistent and resilient group of adults. For example, all of us here, I have to bring it up, all of us here made it through COVID-19, a world-pausing pandemic at just 11 or 12 years old. Schools shut down, screens replaced classrooms, and all motivation to do anything but rot in our beds and doom scrolling, maybe even skip a couple Zoom classes, seemingly disappeared. And we went through this pandemic in an area where one week we'll have tornadoes and flash floods, and the next we'll have a small blizzard. Yet, after all of this adversity, here we all are today, graduating high school. But here's the thing, COVID didn't just change how we learned. It changed how we viewed ourselves. It completely changed the paths of our lives. It also showed us that none of those paths are perfectly straight. Things will fall apart around you, but you're forced to adjust and just move on. And graduation means not asking yourself what you'll do on those paths, but who you'll be while doing it. And that's exactly what Lesson 3 is about. Lesson 3, decide who you're gonna be. Be the captain of your soul. I'm gonna list some names for you, and I want you to think about what they might have in common. Larry Bird, Jim Carrey, Eminem, Mike Tyson, Oprah Winfrey, Ralph Lauren. Well, these are all celebrities who grew up in impoverished, harsh environments but were able to turn their struggle into something memorable just by chasing their dreams. Now, most of us at West are blessed enough to already have opportunities and advantages around us. These people didn't start with advantages, though. They started with tough decisions. What we do with our opportunities starts today. Now, that'll conclude all my lessons for you, but I'll end it here. At Fort Zumwalt West, we've been students, athletes, artists, leaders, some professionals at procrastinating, and some of us have even been all of these at once. But starting today, I think we should become more than those labels. The world around us will only continue to get louder, faster, and less predictable. Some days will go perfectly, more days won't. So I want you to remember what Henley said. I'm the master of my fate, I am the captain of my soul. Your head might get bloody, but never let it bow. And with that, congratulations, class of 2026. Thank you.
Well done, Luke. At this time, I would like for senior class sponsors, Ms. Hall and Mr. Spees, to join me on stage. They will assist me in recognizing the class of 2026 Citizenship and Leadership Award winners. These awards are voted on by the West High faculty. Hi, guys. Both awards are over here. The first award is for Citizenship. This award is presented to Brianna Hunter. Brianna is the daughter of Tim and Renee Grissels. Brianna will be attending Texas A&M, where she will study psychology. Brianna Grissels. Congratulations, Brianna. Our second award is for leadership. That award is presented to Cade Williams. Pretty sure Cade was in the last row, so be patient with him. Cade is the son of Todd and Adrian Williams. Cade will be attending the University of Missouri St. Louis and studying business management while on a soccer scholarship. Cade Williams. Let's give it up one more time for Cade and Brianna, please. At this time, it is my pleasure to turn the microphone over to Senior Class President, Mr. Chase Lang. Chase is the son of Joseph and Joanne Lang. Chase will be attending the University of Missouri-Columbia and studying sports management.
Good afternoon, everybody. Today is the day we've all been waiting for. The day that felt once so far away and yet somehow arrived faster than any of us expected. It feels just like yesterday we were walking in a freshman orientation, unsure of what high school would bring and who we would become. Now, we are here in caps and gowns, ready to walk across the stage and move to the next chapter in our own lives. Over the past 4 years, we've been building our futures piece by piece, and now our paths begin to branch. Some of us are heading to college, some are entering the workforce, some are joining the military, and some are taking a gap year, and some are still figuring things out. All of us are different, but we share one thing, and that's a desire to build a life that we're proud of. And if there's one thing that shaped us along the way, it's resilience. Resilience isn't something you learn or experience once. It's something that life throws at you over and over again. Growing up, I had to learn that earlier than most. Life didn't always follow the path I expected. I had to adapt, I had to keep going, and I had to believe that my future could be different from my past and more successful than my biological parents who didn't graduate high school. I learned that resilience isn't about being unbreakable. It's about refusing to stay broken. It's about choosing to move forward even when things feel uncertain. And when I look at our class, I see that same strength everywhere. We've all faced our own different challenges, but those challenges push us all to grow. Some of us struggle through difficult classes, some balance schoolwork with jobs or sports, some carry responsibilities at home that others didn't see, and some face personal battles or moments of doubt. But through it all, here we are. We showed up on the hard days, we pushed through the long nights and early mornings, and we kept moving forward, even when the path wasn't clear. That's what makes the class of 2026 special. Not just what we achieved, but what we overcame. We are a class that knows how to adapt, a class that supports each other after failing, a class that gets back up after falling, and a class that knows how to persevere even when life gets unpredictable. As we step into the next chapter in our lives, resilience will be what carries us forward. Not our GPA, not our test scores, not even our plans, because plans change, but resilience always stays with you. Life will challenge us again. It will test us and surprise us, but we already know how to get back up, and we already know how to keep moving forward. So, as we advance today, here's some things to remember. Don't compare your timeline to someone else's. Don't be afraid to start small. Ask for help when you need it. Keep learning, even outside the classroom, and surround yourself with people who lift you up, and most importantly, never give up on your story. Everyone has a unique and interesting story to tell. Move forward and live to tell it. You don't have to have everything figured out today. You just have to keep moving forward, one step at a time. Because we are not defined by what we've been through, but how we've overcome it. Today isn't just the end of high school. It's proof of everything we pushed through to get here. Every challenge, every setback, every moment we chose not to quit. We are being rewarded with a high school diploma as a milestone in our journeys, and the choice is yours to make more than what it is. So, wherever life takes us next, I know this, that we're all ready. Along with that, it is my honor to present the class gift. The gift from the class of 2026 to West High is a new Jaguar mascot. Our hope is that this gift will spread cheer and school spirit for years to come. Say it with me for the last time. Always remember to chase the moment and seize the day. Thank you.
Let's go stand on the exit. Well, we've never had a mascot on stage before, but there we go. Let's give it up for our new Jaguar mascot. We are not going to let him speak this evening, all right? Thank you, Mr. Jaguar. Stay there, Chase. Stay there for a minute, okay? In honor of the excellent job that Chase has done as senior class president, I would like to award him with a Jaguar statue, which symbolizes the hard work, time, and dedication that he showed in representing you, the class of 2026. Let's give it up one more time for Chase Lang. Good evening once again, class of 2026. I can't even begin to tell you how excited I personally am to celebrate your graduation day with you. You've all worked hard to get to this point, but I do want to remind you, graduation is a day of celebration for all of us. Your parents, friends, and family members have been with you, and they have supported you every step of the way. The same parents and family members who got you the awesome new tennis shoes and the cool backpack in kindergarten are here today supporting you as you prepare to walk across the stage. They are here today, and they are proud of you. Can our parents of our graduates please stand? Without your support, we would not be here today. Please be seated. Your classmates who have been in class with you since the beginning. They've been in class, lunches, recess, assemblies, sporting events, band, choir, orchestra, all these years with you. They are here today, and they are proud of you. Your teachers, from grade school through high school, from kindergarten and recess to West High and end of course exams, they've been with you every step of the way. They are here today, and they are proud of you. Speaking of teachers, there are several members of our West High faculty who have worked their final day at West High, and they'll be retiring at the end of the school year. I would like to take a second to recognize them because this is their graduation as well. Miss Jamie Buckner, special education teacher. Miss Michelle Brinker, business teacher. Miss Elizabeth Frazier, ELA teacher. Miss Carrie Goff, business teacher. Miss Mary Kretz, science teacher. Miss Leslie Ignatz, paraprofessional. Miss Ann Moses, administrative assistant. Miss Angela Pecoraro, special education teacher. Mr. Stacy Smith, guidance counselor. And Mr. Maurice Vick, ZAP teacher. Westside wishes each of them happiness in retirement and thanks them for a job well done. You can clap one more time. They're retiring. These West High students in front of us have done very well academically over the last 4 years at West High School. West High will have 22 students graduating with cum laude honors, 26 students graduating with magna cum laude honors, and 67 students graduating with summa cum laude honors. That is a total of 115 West High seniors graduating with a 3.8 or higher GPA this school year. And finally, and I know this is a number our parents will like, West High seniors earned over $23 million in scholarship money. Now, normally at this time of the program, I would continue speaking and doing my best to give our graduates some words of wisdom to prepare them for life. This year at West High, we had 15 senior students audition to give speeches for you all this evening. They did such a tremendous job, and I wanted to include as many seniors as possible that I'm going to give some of my time this evening to one additional student, Miss Evie Wiltshire. Evie is the daughter of Michael and Dawn Wiltshire. Evie will be attending the University of Tennessee, Knoxville, where she will begin working on a major in political science on the pre-law track. Take it away.
Hi everyone, my name is Evie Wiltshire, and it is an honor to stand here, speaking to and on behalf of my fellow class of 2026. As we are gathered here today, all together, for potentially the last time, I want to leave you with 3 things: a train game, a thank you, and a message on how we can move forward together. First, I actually want to play the game with you. It's a silly game that I learned at a summer camp that some of you have actually already played with me. But for those of you who don't know it, just listen really closely. Ready? It's called the train game. My train can go from here to here, but it can't go from here to here. Where can your train go? Now, in response, you typically watch my hands, mimic me, guessing where your train can go. But no matter how perfectly you mirror it, I will have to tell you no. Your train can't go there. And the reason is simple. The answer to the game was never in the motions. It was in the words. You win the game when you stop copying what you see, ignore the distractors, and listen to the words. You can only win if you repeat after me exactly. My train can go. Only then will I say yes, your train can go there, no matter what your hands are doing. I think a lot of us have been playing this game for the past 12 years. There's so many distractions, so many people telling us where we can go, what we should do, who we should be. We spend so much time watching what everyone else is doing instead of truly listening to ourselves and to each other. But as we leave this place, I think one of the most important things we can learn is what to listen to. Our lives are like trains, always moving, always changing, and sometimes uncertain of the exact destination, but moving forward anyway. Some trains will travel far from home to a 4-year university, some to community college, some straight into work, into trades, into caring for our families, into exploring the world, or staying right here. Some of us will miss a stop, or feel like we missed the train entirely. But no matter what, we will get where we are meant to go. And the most important part of our train isn't always the destination. Just think, we had to build our own tracks to get here. Those tracks probably started a little wobbly, with scraped knees and the awkward friendships of kindergarten. Somewhere along the way, the tracks felt a little less shaky, a little more stable. We found our people, our passions, our voices, and none of us traveled these tracks alone. Every train is made up of carts. At the front, we carry who guide us, the teachers, the coaches, and the mentors who saw something in us before we saw it in ourselves. All around us, we have our friends, the ones we met in kindergarten, or the ones we met yesterday, the ones who sat next to us in class, at lunch, or next to us during the hardest moments of our lives. Those who stayed through everything, every bad grade, every late night, every laugh, every loss. Finally, the caboose. Behind us, we have our family, the people who did everything they could to give us a life built on love, laughter, and care. The people who loved us before we knew who we would become. Every cart connected by love matters, and I know that I am incredibly lucky for mine. To my perfect, loving, and indescribable parents who took a leap of faith in adopting me, giving me a life I could have never imagined. Thank you. To my beloved friends and teachers, you are the reason that my train stays strong, even when the tracks take sharp turns or I miss a stop. And to everyone here, whether we spoke every day or only passed in the hallway, you have been a part of my journey. That is something I will carry with me forever. This is my thank you. But there's one more thing that I've been thinking about. In the train game, the hardest part isn't guessing. It's letting go of what you think you see and being willing to listen. And right now, in our world, that might be the hardest thing of all. Last year, I watched a girl who spoke as I am today, confident, unapologetic, and fully herself. And it reminded me how powerful it is to be seen. Like her, I too am a woman of color, and that moment stayed with me. It made me realize how important it is that we don't just move forward, but we bring others with us. We are stepping into a world that can feel polarized and chaotic, where it's easy to judge, assume, or speak over each other instead of listening. But if we've learned anything over these 4 years, it's that the answer isn't in the distractions. It's in empathy. It's in listening. It's in choosing to understand someone else's story, even when it's different from our own. Our trains are about to leave this station, and for the first time, we're the ones deciding where they go. There will be wrong turns, missed stops, unexpected detours. But none of that means that you're lost, because as long as you listen to yourself, to the people who love you, and to the voices that need to be heard, you will find your way. So now I ask you, both in the game and in life, where will your train go? Thank you.
Seniors, I get the privilege of teaching you the last lesson you will ever learn in high school. To do so, I need to tell a brief story. This story is called The Old Carpenter. It's one of my favorites. An elderly carpenter was ready to retire. He told his supervisor of his plans to leave the house building business and live a more relaxing life with his wife while enjoying his family. He would miss the paycheck, but the time was right. He saved up some money, and he was ready to hang up his hammer. His boss was disappointed, as the carpenter had been a loyal and diligent worker for many years. He was sad to see him go. He asked the carpenter for one last favor, one last job. He asked that the carpenter build one more house before retiring. The carpenter said yes, but in time, it was easy to see that his heart was not in his work. He resorted to shoddy workmanship. He didn't work full days, and he used inferior materials. He cut several corners, and he did not give his usual effort. Honestly, it was an unfortunate way to end a dedicated and respectable career. When the carpenter finally finished his work, his boss came to inspect the house. He handed the front door key to the carpenter, and he said, "This is your house. It is my gift to you." The carpenter was shocked. What a shame. If he had known he was building his own house, he would have done it all so differently. He would have used the proper supplies and given full effort. Now he had to live in a below-average home that he had built for the rest of his life. Seniors, no matter our age, we are all in the process of building our lives. Do we go about it working with diligence, or do we slack and put in poor effort? Do we go about it working with passion or without caring? Do we do things with excellence and take pride in our work, or do we cut corners and not give full effort? What kind of life do you want to build? What we put into our lives and the attitude we choose are factors that impact the type of life we build. Watch what you spend your time on. What is good and what is not? Do not get into situations where you become influenced by wrong values. Remember, you are important, and you must always remember what is good and what is right. This will lead to happiness and value in your life. If you are not happy with your life, it is perhaps a consequence of what you've been building over the years. If you are satisfied with your life, that is also a consequence of what you have been building. Your life today is the result of your attitudes and choices in the past. Your life tomorrow will be the result of your attitudes and the choices that you make today. Build your life wisely. Seniors, it has been my absolute pleasure to be your principal these past few school years. Just in life, we have all had our ups and downs over the last 4 years, but you have made it. Board of Education members, I present to you the West High graduating class of 2026. Staff members, please prepare to present diplomas to our graduating seniors. These seniors have met the grade and credit requirements of the Fort Zumwalt School District Board of Education and the state of Missouri. Students, prepare to receive your Fort Zumwalt West High School diploma with all the honors, rights, privileges, and responsibilities that come with this high school diploma.
Nora T. Abrams. Connor Lee Adams, cum laude. Alexandria Elizabeth Adkins. Samuel Maxwell Gladstone. Tyler Jacob Murashevsky. Sylvia Rosemary Aguilar Maldonado. Nirithya Allegendren. Remy McKenna Albert. Lance Hayden Alderton. Lucia Ann Altadonna, magna cum laude. Jose Alfredo Alviso. Samantha Paige Amos, magna cum laude. Isabella Katerina Antal. McKenna Diane Arnold. Jalea Mayoni Nicole Bailey. William Michael Barbero. Chloe Grace Barnes. Micah Nalisha Barnes. Justice Sachelle Beasley. Logan Eric Beck. Sydney Jane Beckman.
Brandon Christopher Beeler. Nathan Robert Beal. Gavin Robert Bell, summa cum laude. Rebecca Marie Bell. Brianne Elizabeth Burdick. Jonathan Nicholas Betker. Trisha Tushar Bakhtan, summa cum laude. Harmon Singh Bender, summa cum laude. Hershey Butoria, summa cum laude. John Joseph Berkemeyer. Alex Michael Biro. Madison Nicole Bishop. Dominic Bodie Blackston. Zoe Lynn Bachstatter, summa cum laude. Christopher Bonney. Brinley Nicole Bostick. Emma Nicole Bomarito.
Nicole Ruditha Gonzalez Brewster. Joel David Bright. Kaylee Noel Brock. Rain Ivy Brooks. Aubrey Adele Brown. Easton Robert Brown. Ajay Renee Brownlee. Addison Hope Brewer. Amelia Lillian Brumfield. Callie McKenna Brush. Caden Ryan Bratowski. Caleb Richard Caldwell. Maria Faith Buckner. Mason Kenneth Burfield. Murphy Ann Calvert. Isaias Joel Cameron, magna cum laude. Nathan Thomas Can. Jacob Charles Allen Canterbury.
Siklali Yahira Cardoza. Braden Todd Cash. Lydia Ann Brosey. Emma Jade Chandler. Pranshu Raul Chowda. Payden Tai Chang. Jackson Alexander Chestnut, summa cum laude. Peyton Elizabeth Childs. AJ Chowick. Cassandra Lauren Klauser. James Lynn Klauser. Jenna Catherine Klauser, summa cum laude. Zoe Lynn Clark. Gabriel Clemens. Maya Louise Klinkscale. Annalise May Kofer. Christopher James Collier Johnson. Chase Kenneth Collins. Chloe Isabel Collins.
Penelope Lane Coulter. Trevor Russell Connor, cum laude. Linus Allen Cooper. Sean Brentley Coleman. Travis Michael Corbett. Richard Allen Corder. Ella Nicole Cowick, summa cum laude. Alyssa Nicole Crabtree, cum laude. Bronson Samuel Crawford. Marin Jean Crawford, summa cum laude. Dylan Patrick Creselius. Caden Eric Dade. Olivia Marie Daniel. Hasini Darla, summa cum laude. Aaliyah Lynn Davis. Kyle William Davis, summa cum laude. Maria Diab. Sophia Marie Dickens, summa cum laude. Kaylee Lou Dietz, summa cum laude.
Landon William Dietz, summa cum laude. Alexander Joseph Dorr. William Paul Doyle. Tyson Henry Driscoll. Carter James Drysdale. Kevin Duenas Chavez. Mane Dukes. Rory Evan Dyrex. Zachary Samuel Dyrex. Aubrey Ray Egan. Summa cum laude. Hayden Zeisler Epler. Ava Ray Ermeling. Janet Fabian Plesania. Dana Fakwa, summa cum laude. Serenity Jade Fencer. Landon Michael Ferber. Connor Dagan Ferguson. Madeline K. Fielder. Zoe Jean Fink.
Kevin Arturo Flores. George William Fogarty. Canyon Christopher Fogel. Ireland Michelle Foley, cum laude. Carlos Franco, magna cum laude. Simon Allen Furness. Merrick Tyler Garr. Stone Sawyer Gallant. Rebecca Sue Garcia. Mildred Ziamara Garcia Samoya. Megan Lynn Garibaldi, cum laude. Leah Marie Guile, magna cum laude. Mia Marie Gerard, summa cum laude. Lindsay Faye Givens. Haley Marie Glenn. Nicholas Brian Golden, magna cum laude.
Evelyn Marie Goodman. Madeline Paige Gorgon. Summer Nicole Greathouse, cum laude. Samuel Kieran Greer. JC Lynn Grimley. Brenna Lynn Grisels, summa cum laude. Alexander Elkin Gwynn, magna cum laude. Andre Hamilton Gwen, summa cum laude. Savannah Ann Hagan. Braden Jake Hager. Gabriel Kai Hansen. Drake Thomas Hirashi, magna cum laude. Camille Robin Harden. Isabella Marie Harris. Jacob William Harris. Michael Walter Harris. Nicholas Ethan Hawk. Salwa Rami Hamed.
Jonathan Robert Hauser, magna cum laude. Holden Willis Hayes, magna cum laude. Daniel James Heisman. Zoe Clara Henderson. Jackson Reagan Harrigot, summa cum laude. Hunter Joseph Herring, summa cum laude. Madeline Christine Hess, summa cum laude. Keegan Drew Hodges. Kelsey Marie Holcomb. Claire Bailey Holder. Taylor Paige Holra. Elsie Rose Hopkins, magna cum laude. Gabriel Dean Huchin. Donnell Isaiah Huddleston. Brianna Marie Hunter, magna cum laude. Holden Joseph Hurd. Dawson Joseph Intagliata. Peyton Elizabeth Irish, summa cum laude. Yazin Hatem Jabari. Kaylin O'Brien Jackson.
Ethan Ryan James. Gavin Birch James. Jaciel Fernando Jimenez Acosta, cum laude. Aria Katrine Johnson, summa cum laude. Abigail Jean Jones. Caleb Joe Jameson Jones. Raiden Nalani Jones Wilson. Ishan Joshi, magna cum laude. Jaden Tyler Joyce, cum laude. Allie Jean Judson, magna cum laude. Catherine Renee Kaiser. Adithian Karjala, summa cum laude. Bella Lorraine Kavanaugh, summa cum laude. Kira Ann Kendall, Ethan Colton Kidd. Cum laude. Emma Ireland Kylie. Braden Paul Kilgore, magna cum laude.
Benjamin Daniel Kiryubakaran, summa cum laude. Mira Priya Kiryubakaran, cum laude. Pandora Elise Klotz. Evan David Knofel. Mason Bradley Komorek. Nolan Alden Krieg. Olivia Renee Krachowski, summa cum laude. Adeline Grace Kruger, magna cum laude. Kira Lee Kinzel, summa cum laude. Kaylee Margaret Landoltz. Kylie Marianne Landoltz. Callie Morgan Landrum. Chase Lee Lang. John Fabian Lang, cum laude. Charles Thomas Langley. Kayla Mackenzie Larkin. Audrey Marie Lashbrook, cum laude. Dominic Eugene Lawrence, cum laude. Kayla Gabrielle Lawson.
Connor James Listina. Caesar Limas. Nicholas Scott Lindsay, summa cum laude. Jahila Nicole Lopez Sevilla. Emma Barbara Loyerts, summa cum laude. Megan Elizabeth Lucas. McCoy Michael Mailer. Ava Jean Maynor. Alyssa Ann Rakers, magna cum laude. Isabella Marie Martin. Rupesh Massa, summa cum laude. Benjamin Adam Maskell, magna cum laude. Carly Snow McLean. Dakota Ryan McCormick. Margaret Ann McCoy, summa cum laude.
Tegan Rose McCracken, magna cum laude. Akili Grace McCullough, cum laude. Lily Grace McDaniel. Meredith Lauren McDermott, summa cum laude. Kyle Joseph McDonald, summa cum laude. Brianna Lynn McDowell. Brady Nicholas McFatridge. Serenity Paige McFerrin. Finway Lincoln McGorley. Finley Curran McKernan. Molly Jade McKinney. Maddock Joseph McLaughlin, summa cum laude. Elena Joanne McPherson, summa cum laude. Sydney Mija Gomez. Yaneli Melendres. Dakota Lynn Melton. Charlene Mayoli Menjivar Hercules.
Connor Ray Mesky. Celia Eve Miller. Sky Josher Miller. Austin Michael Mincher. Sharishti Mittal, magna cum laude. Aubrey Elizabeth Mon. Nathan Michael Montgomery. Sage Lynn Moore Lawrence. Madison Jean Moore Lawrence, summa cum laude. Elena Marie Morgan. Grayson Tyson Thomas Morris. Kaylee Nicole Mosley, summa cum laude. Angela Michelle Mukes, summa cum laude. Cameron Patrick Murphy, magna cum laude. Chase Allen Myers, cum laude. Miles Justin Mylenbush. Evan Jeffrey Mishka. Rowan Anwar Nasser. Isaac Edward Nathanson.
Simone Jacqueline Antoinette Neely. Nikita Padamina Neville, magna cum laude. Kane Amir Nunn. Clayton Michael O'Brien, cum laude. Shannon Maureen O'Leary. Jackson Thomas Olesi, summa cum laude. Rory Kathleen O'Reilly. Nicholas Salvatore Orlando. Paola Sarai Ortiz Nunez. Jacob Oakley Oscar. Alexis Fiona O'Toole. Whitney Ann Owen, magna cum laude. Andrea Lindsay Pacheco, summa cum laude. Mitchell Ryan Perry, summa cum laude. Dev Ketan Patel, summa cum laude. Anna Christine Patrico. William Michael Petros. Luis Angel Perez Ramirez.
Peyton Denise Peters. Darren Glenn Pierce Jr. Emma Elizabeth Plant. Brooklyn Kate Pullman, summa cum laude. Caleb Timothy Portel. Caesar Yosimar Portillo Ponce. Amberlyn Page Post. Lincoln Dominic Powers, magna cum laude. Rylan Mara Powers. Brett Daniel Provancic, summa cum laude. Brendan Michael Pyle. Qasim Abdel Basset Qasim. Elijah Edwin Rommel. Connor Patrick Raybeck. Tanner Lloyd Reese, summa cum laude.
Hillary Hayes. Zane Repke. Karen Guadalupe Martinez. Rex Thomas Ryder. Trevor Axton Rivera. Benjamin Owen Reisner. Adam Masaru Robin. Dreston Jacob Robertson. Marco Antonio Romo Martinez. Joseph Taylor Rosen. Jensina Emma Ross, cum laude. Nathan Douglas Runge. Dalen Ray Sains. Jasmine Emma Marie Sanchez, summa cum laude. Anne Sarah Nithal, summa cum laude. Rashab Saxena, cum laude. Jaden Nicole Scarfino. Benjamin David Shellen, summa cum laude. Isabel Lee Schneider. Ethan Mark Schumacher, summa cum laude.
Kaylee Elizabeth Schumer, summa cum laude. Lily Satine Scott. Michaela Shanae Scott. Kenaya Enzola Sangale. Anuj T. Shaw, summa cum laude. Ashlyn Marie Shannon. Matthew Kenneth Shelton. Sabra Elizabeth Shelton. Kylie Grace Cheryl. Aiden Matthew Singleton, summa cum laude. Nolan Matthew Sissom. Alexis Grace Smith. Haley Lynn Smith, magna cum laude. Hayden Maya Smith, summa cum laude. Taylin Ariel Smith. August Sohn. Michaela Mary Solverud. Dikshitha Srikanath, summa cum laude. Tyson Mitchell Stats.
Wyatt Ryder Stafford Britton. Blake Lewis Steinman, cum laude. Reef Xavier Stevenson, summa cum laude. Sydney Ann Steyerwalt. Nathan Ryan Stone. Haley Lynn Stoll. Michaela Margaret Strauss. Hope Danielle DeBoard Stewart. Kate Alexandra Swink. Isabella Grace Taylor. Mason Scott Taylor. Jaden F. Tinga Ramos. Gabriel Tashira Cardoso. Dwayne Washira Thea. Darius Mason Thomas. William Arthur Thomas. Dante Emmanuel Tompkins. Addison Camille Thompson, summa cum laude. Brandon Carter Tittle.
Natalie Sophia Tran, summa cum laude. Lily Marie Travis. Addison James Trimble. Savannah Elise Trower. Carl Anthony Tucker III. Owen Michael Urban, magna cum laude. Santiago Valdez. Valeria Jasmine Valdez Valencia. Joaquin Varela Vader. Julian Varela Vader. Nicholas Patrick Vasher. Tessa Jane Vasquez. Tristan Thomas Vaughn, summa cum laude. Yuvaj Singh Virk, cum laude. Madeline Victoria Wall. Catherine Marie Ward. Molly K. Wardrop, cum laude. Louis Jack Wedberg, summa cum laude.
Jason Matthew Weinhold, summa cum laude. Reed Nicholas Weiss. Caden Joseph Welch, cum laude. Emma Jean Welton. Ryan Andrew Wessler. Ariel Elizabeth White. Chase William White. James Andrew White. Lucas Brandon White, summa cum laude. Mason Michael Whitrock. Evie Grace Wiltshire, summa cum laude. Anna Dawn Williams, summa cum laude. Cade Michael Williams, summa cum laude. Colin Ford Wise. Zoe Teresa Roel. Morgan Wyatt Yeager. Mason Chandler Yeomans. Haneen Fawad Zahar. Jaden Matthew Zays. Meredith Ann Zuccarello, cum laude. Luke Kirk Zwilling.
I would like to give a special thank you to Mr. or Mrs. LaFors for reading all of our graduates' names, and I would also like to thank Ms. Lopez and Ms. Sutton for their countless hours of work to organize our ceremony this evening. I would like to extend my personal congratulations to all of our seniors. Would the class of 2026 please stand? Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the graduating class of 2026 from Fort Zumwalt West High School.